Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Leslie. If you haven't been here before and you wandered across my little corner of the internet, now I'm going to be honest with you. This is this morning's take two. um, my granddaughter made a request. Please do not ask me to pronounce the name of this character, but this is the character that she requested. Okay? So, of course, Nanny has to fulfill, but she's not fulfilling totally, and I'll tell you why. Here went the adventure. She picked this glass, which is absolutely fine, but she wanted stickers. So, Nanny went to the good old Amazon and ordered printable sticker paper that was clear. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Printable vinyl sticker paper that was clear. And that was awesome. And I printed it out on my regular printer using a, what do they call it? Dye-based ink, I believe. I use an HP 2800 for mine, and it worked great. Printed it out beautifully. I was so happy. I trimmed it. I sized it to my glass. Everything to that point, perfect. Well, guys, then it came time to put this big sticker on that round item. I love sublimation. Getting that sticker on there, it was a wrap, it was a complete wrap, and getting it on there without a bubble or a wrinkle, or because it was clear a fingerprint, or the many other things that can happen when using a giant sticker, was not fun. I even used parchment paper when I was laying down the sticker, so that half of it was like on the parchment paper and the other half was ready for me to lay down and line up and do all the things. Well, guys, I gave up. I surrender. It has beaten me, and I have gone back to the good old sublimation printer. So here we go. Let's hope on take two that this goes better. But today, I make no promises, because I may have even been laser cutting this morning and cut out the first layer of our project correctly, cut out the second layer correctly, cut out the third layer inverted, cut out the fourth layer correctly, and cut out the fifth and final layer inverted. I did not read through the entire notes on the file that said, please flip those two. So guess what is recutting on the laser machine as we speak. Then, of course, I looked at the 3D printers and thought, I have a couple of Christmas things to get going. But I'm not touching them today because Lord knows what will happen. It's just that kind of crafting day. It goes with yesterday's baking day, where I put my flour and so forth into my bread machine. I set it to the dough setting because I was making dinner rolls. I pushed start. I went about my day. My watch went off indicating that the dough was done. And boy, it made the best baked bread ever. Don't ask me why the dough setting baked it. I double checked my settings before and after, and it was on dough, but for some reason it just baked it right up. Made a lovely loaf of bread, which we consumed over the afternoon, and for supper we all had lovely grilled cheese sandwiches made with it. So I think that's three things, right? Three things in a row. So I am just going to leave the 3D printers alone, tomorrow's another day, and let's hope today's project goes better. So let's go down here. And of course, the first thing you do, as always, when you are using one of these mugs, even if it came in the plastic bag like mine did and it's sat in there and it's just waiting for a project, still clean it, please, because it's sat in a factory or a warehouse somewhere waiting for somebody to come along and purchase it. And so now it's dusty. So we're going to give it a good clean with the good old rubbing alcohol. There we go. At the same time, don't waste any excess, just clean there. We're done. And this can go into the garbage. Alrighty, so I have already taken my original print and I've trimmed it down to fit my cup, okay? The difference between laying a sticker and laying sublimation is this. Sublimation goes against your cup and wraps around, whereas a sticker goes face side out and wraps around. Okay, guys? That is the big difference. That and how much easier it is to sublimate. I don't know. Maybe it's just my luck today. We will find out because I'm going to keep trying. So sublimation on the frosted cup is 380 for 120 seconds twice. 380. So we're going to turn on our mug press and get it heating up while I wrap. And to wrap, I just take my glass, I lay it in this little stand, which I need that second set of hands. And I have my tape roller here with sublimation tape, or heat tape as people call it, on it. You do not have to worry about, let me just make sure I've got that where I want it, first of all, just by like that. There we go. You do not have to worry about a, I can't remember what I was going to say. Words are hard today, guys. What you're going to worry about with this one is pulling it tight. I'm going to get rid of this. It's just sticking too much. Is just giving it a nice tight wrap so that all your sublimation is tight can be on your glass, okay? There we go. There we go. And even for my sublimation, I use the A-Sub sublimation paper. I just find that it works best for me. My heat tape is whatever I have on hand at the time. Right now, I have some Cricut heat tape going on. I also have some that I got off of Amazon, so that works perfectly well too. The Cricut heat tape is what's on the roller at this moment. So it's what's going to work for me. Make sure that as you're wrapping, you are sure to go ahead and be absolutely positive that where your paper overlaps, it doesn't take away your design. And I'll see if I can put my finger on what I mean here. Right here. This is where the paper overlaps. And the design itself is against the glass, the way you want it. You do not want it to be under the other piece of, you don't want it to be over, sorry, the other piece of paper, okay? So what I mean is if you wrapped it and the design came and was over top and your blank paper was underneath, that design would sublimate onto the sublimation paper. The design goes against the glass and your longer piece of blank goes against the paper. Okay, guys? That just helps you. Do I need to do that? Do I have anything close to the edge? No. Anything close to the edge? No, siree. Good enough. If I had a piece, let's say, a design that came right here, I would tape the whole bottom to make sure that that design printed well. Okay, let's go over here. What else can I tell you? Make sure that, of course, you are careful in the handling of it. When you put it in, what I like to do, I lay it on one of these sheets that I got off of Amazon, and I lay it that side up so that when I go to roll it, I know I've rolled it all the way around. And I use this part of it like a handle, just like so. Then I peek in, adjust as needed, slide it into the center, and let it go. We are at 360. I will bring you over. Let me get you over there. And I am using this mug press. It can hold 2 mugs or 1 glass. And it works a charm for me. So it is now beeped. And I am just going to slide this in. Now, I would not allow children to do this. Common sense, right, guys? Okay, there we go. My tape is in the middle. I hold this and I hit the button and away it goes. Now I will be able to turn it once it beeps again. I know that you guys can't see it, but I have a window open over here and I have a fan going just over there, blowing the air just straight out the window, because this is going to give off sublimation gases, and you don't want to breathe those in. Sorry, guys. Had to stop for the drink. So like I said, we're doing 380 for 120 seconds, turning and doing it again, and then we're bringing it out. Okay. Now, I have great success, or I have success the way that I do mine. Once I bring it out off the final heat press, it sits here on my pad and I take it off right away. I've tried letting it sit and I haven't had the best success that way. It seems like I get some over sublimation, and so for me anyway, I don't know how you choose to do it. You do you. It is best for me to take it off when it comes out. I'm very careful though. I wear my heat resistant gloves and do all the things that you need to do for safety. Now we will roll it. I will show you that. It auto opens, and I just very carefully peel this back, hold it, and very carefully roll until the opening is at the bottom. Hold it and close. And here is probably where you're going to start seeing the gas come off. I would normally pause you guys here, but I want you to see what I mean by the gases. This is a very important step, whether you use one of these sheets, whether you use parchment paper, whatever you use, be sure to have something between your sublimation and your heat press, because your heat press inside, if you've never looked at the inside of one, is kind of like rubber. It's not rubber, but or foam. I'm not sure what it is, but you do not want your sublimation ink to get onto that, because the next thing that you sublimate will have that sublimation ink on it. So you want to be sure to have something for any blowback that occurs. Now these sheets came in a larger size, and I very carefully, as you can see, nice and even, cut it down. And this is what I use this for, and I use the other piece for smaller items on my big heat press. So just be aware of that. Be aware of the gases. Be aware of how hot this is. What I love about this heat press is I can touch it all around and not panic. Do not touch this that moves back and forth. That is extremely hot, of course. So let's get our gloves back on, because our final press is done. Let's say a prayer to the sublimation gods, because we don't seem to be having the luck this week. Let's pull it out. We did not have any gases. That makes me nervous. That makes me very, 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 very nervous. But let's find out. I'm going to turn this off. And here we go, guys. I'll bring you back here. Sorry. Here we go. I don't think it's sublimated. I really, really don't, because there was no gases. But I will very carefully remove a piece of the heat tape and find out. Whew. It is very hot, that is for sure. Oh, we have sublimation. Yay! So let's finish peeling this off. And whoops, there we go. This is what's left on the paper. Okay, so I'll show you. This is the after, correct? And this here is before the sublimation. So you can really see the difference. You can see where the ink came off. I may have been able to do it a little bit longer, but you know what? I am very, very pleased with this design. And I will get on Etsy and thank the designer for sharing their talent, because this is a beautiful wrap. Look at that, guys. Even though it's not a sticker, I think she will be very pleased. I know that I am. So, sticker versus sublimation, who wins? In my book, sublimation. Now, that does not mean that I'm not going to try the stickers again. I am, because I'm stubborn, and I will get it to work. I will figure out the way that works for me, and maybe I'll come to like stickers just as much. And if I don't, it won't go to waste. Why, you ask? Because I journal. I journal a lot. I share my stickers with my granddaughter. I share my stickers with my granddaughter's other grandmother. I share my stickers with my daughters. So there is always stickers going around, and there will always be stickers to print. So guys, here we go. I would not use this for, I would say, at least 24 hours, maybe longer. And I would not put it in the dishwasher. We tried an experiment. We put one in the dishwasher. And the sublimation coating did lift off eventually. I think it was 10 to 20. Charlie, no. I think it was 10 to 20 washes. And it lifted off. And so you don't want to put your design in the dishwasher. Just hot soapy water in the sink. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.